Good evening, Saints. Yes, my name is Martin Carrion, and if most people have a problem pronouncing it, so I tell them, just like luggage, and you'll never forget it, carry on luggage. That's my last name. I want to give honor to God, Pastor Harden, First Lady, Elder Williams, and all of you that are present. My message tonight is about overcoming. The Bible has many stories about individuals who overcame. Jonah, Joseph, Job, and King David all overcame. Pastor talked about suffering and how we too must be tried. He talked about that this morning, so I added a little bit on that. So I'm going to talk about overcoming that suffering. Overcome is a verb which means to deal with successfully, to prevail over, to win a victory over, to be victorious. I have been a member here for just a little over a year, and since that time I've been involved in a separation which now has ended in divorce. I will begin with the scripture, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Once again, Pastor taught about this last Sunday. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lead not into thine own understanding, and in always acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Trust in the Lord. You see, when my lesson, trials, I like to call it a lesson. I'm an educator, so, whatever we go through, it's a lesson. I don't consider it a burden. I don't consider it anything other than that, because if I don't learn from it, what was the point of going through that lesson? When it began in my life, I didn't know what was going on. All I knew was that my wife at the time, she wanted me to leave my house. She said we had grown apart. She wanted some time apart. I'm like, okay. A man in their own mind, my own thinking would have been crazy. This is my house. I pay all the bills. I'm not about to leave my kids and go live somewhere else. But I trusted in the Lord. And I said, okay, Lord, let your will be done. Without a fight or struggle, I packed my things and I moved. And it's funny how we remember certain dates. We remember births, deaths, anniversaries, even tragedies. October 9th was the day that all these events began to unfold. And that was the date when I became a member of Great Open Door. So I was truly confused. I didn't know what was going on, but I continued to pray and attend church regularly. Psalms 119 and 105 says, thy word is thy lamp unto thy feet and the light unto the path. That is exactly what I needed. I needed God to guide me. I needed God to guide my way, because the world says that I could have done anything to my ex-wife, and I probably would have gotten away with it. I learned that there's a stress scale called the Holmes stress scale, which rates divorce second highest only to the death of a spouse. So had I used that as a crutch, I could have gotten away with it. I probably would have did some time in jail or whatever the case may be. But that would have been my defense for my lawyers. Amen. But God and his word say different. Exodus 14 and 14 say, the Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Amen. Hold your peace. Sounds easier said than done. Sometimes we want to handle things on our own and I can't wait on the Lord. Let me take care of this now. But the only people that would have suffered would have been my kids. She would have been gone. I would have been locked away. So thank God. Thank God for. So that is why I can stand here before you tonight, because God directed my path. God led me to this church. God knew the people that I needed in my life. It wasn't easy, but here I am. Like the pastor said this morning, give it up to God and go through it. That's what I did. I gave it up to God and I went through it. Isaiah 63 and 4 says, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of the redeemed is come. I thank God for giving me a sane mind, for not letting me do something crazy or stupid. I thank God for not making me depressed, alcoholic, womanizer, going around trying to find what I didn't have in my wife and other women. I thank God for allowing me to overcome my lesson. Revelation 3 and 21 says, to him who overcomes, I will give you the right to sit with me on my throne, just as I overcame and sat down with my Father on his throne. I do not wish what happened to me to happen to anyone, but I can say that I am a better person because of it. I am at a new church where I have grown and I'm continuing to grow. there are so many great women and men of God in this church. It's unbelievable. I now teach the new members classes. I am part of the men's fellowship. Yes. I love my pastor, and I love my new church family. Genesis 50:20 says, but as for you, ye that thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good. I want to close with this. We all have gone through something in life, some kind of lessons, but I want you to know and I want you to see that with God, anything and everything is possible. I give God all the glory and praise. I have learned that the lessons that we go through in life are not for us. It's not about us. It's for somebody else. You see, if we all have to overcome something in our lives at one point or another, I hope that my lesson can help someone else who feels the despair and the hurt that I endured. Pastor said that tragedies bring out the greatest testimonies, and I am a living example of those words. Thank you, and God bless.